Welcome back. If you have forgotten, we are off to do the bar crawl. We talk to the barbarian guard, and he gives us the card to show to the 10 pubs around Gillinor. I like the idea of this mini quest. It gets you going all around the map and making you get accustomed to where things are in the game world. We head back to the barbarian guard and hand him the card. Quest complete? Well, mini quest complete. Task complete too. Whack a rock with a decent pickaxe. Upgrade your pickaxe to steel. I kinda did this all the way back in episode 3. Here's the clip to show it. Oh, look at this old current task graphics. Definitely like the new one, it's a lot better. Although I had already gotten the achievement, I still went and mined a rock anyways, just to complete the task. Return a boy's lost ball. Unfortunately, a boy has kicked a ball into the garden of a witch near Taverley. Speak to Harvey to start the quest. Grab a magnet downstairs. Use some cheese to lure out the rat and use the magnet on it. Avoid getting seen and retrieve the shed key. Enter the shed and kill the 4 witches' experiments. Let's see how well I did. Chicken and spider, no worries. But that bear, though, scares me. I returned with food and took him down. The wolf took a little bit more skill, but with some well-timed combusts and food, I made quick work of him. I grab the ball and get out of the witch's house. Gave Harvey his ball back, and that's quest and task completed. And I got a bit of Constitution XP. Complete the Wolf Whistle quest. There are no requirements for this quest. The quest can be started by talking to Pick Up Sticks in his house in Taverley. Speak to Pick Up Sticks to start the quest. We go into an old well to find old mate getting prepped into soup. Well, like about to be. He's kind of simmering away. Well, I don't even think it's on yet. It's not on. Pick Up Sticks tells us we need to scare the trolls away with a special summoning familiar. So we get to work and get the ingredients. First one is upstairs in his drawers. Next, we talk to the pet shop owner. And the third thing we obtain from a poor friend who perished by the white wolves, like I almost did back when we started. Pick Up Sticks teaches us how to make the pouches, and we create the woolpinting. We use the woolpintinger to scare the trolls off, saving old soup mate in the process. And quest complete. Before we continue though, we need to claim the lamp to get our first few levels in summoning. Upgrade your charmed sack to hold 18 charges at the Nexus. You can 2-tick solo by clicking it each time you get an XP drop. Fill your sack, empty it at the pillar, rinse and repeat. Each sack upgrade takes around 25 to 30 minutes. We spoke to Yeasteryear to gain the sack. We collect from the Nexus and purify the corruption at one of the 4 pillars that surround it. I spent way too long trying to work out how the Nexus works, but it's actually impossible to properly solo it, so your best bet is to just 2-tick until you gain the upgrade. Even though this is some really weird RuneScape content, it is a nice way to boost those early prayer levels. Even if the chances are very low, I tried hopping into some populated worlds just to see if anyone happened to be doing it at the same time I was, but unfortunately I was to do it alone. The Nexus was so boring that it got me to look into passive tasks, and for me to start the journey of completing 30 total passives to unlock the easy tier, once I have finished all the active tasks in beginner. Found Hitterfears roaming around on Sundays in Metaphos. Returned to smash out some more of the task and gained 27 prayer. Found One-Eyed Willie. His bottle is found on the southern beach of Whale Moors in the Ark. And found Swabby Steve's, whose bottle can be found on the southeast beach on Amanishi. After getting 31 prayer, I noticed that I gained the upgrade to the sack so it can hold 18 charges. I was expecting some fanfare or something, but nope, just task completed. Disgruntle an inhabitant of by wearing a bedsheet. The bedsheet can be attained during the Ghost Ahoy quest, or by asking the innkeeper in Port Phasmatis for a job after the quest. Ghost Ahoy quest is required to be completed for this task. Ooh, how exciting! Easy way to get to, that side of the map. Fortunately, I have all the requirements for Ghost Ahoy. Found Crested Yeah, that's correct. Crested. It sounds so gross. Found Crested Siligo Snatchers on Whale Moor, next to the Eastern Dock. They only spawn on Mondays. I got the items I needed for the quest, and had to get some Ecto tokens to get through the gates. Speak to Velarina to start the quest. Speak to Necrovarus to try and convince him to let the dead move on. Gave Nettie a milky nettle tea, who then tells me about an enchantment we can put on the ghost speaker I'm using to talk to them, so I can command him to let their spirits move on. I need to find a map to where this enchantment was buried. Nettie tells me her son ran off to be with some pirates when he was younger, and they should have the map. I give the man his old boat. I use the key he gave me to get a map piece. I search a chest and kill a giant lobster for the second map piece. And the third I find at the end of an agility call. Combining the map leads me to Dragontooth Isle, dig up the Harikanto. Talking to Akharanu, I ask him if he would translate the book, so we can learn the enchantment. He's willing to help, but only if we can get his signature from the great Robin Hood on an oak shield bow. After beating Robin the Gambler in Rune Draw, RuneScape's version of Blackjack, he signed my bow. I get a translation manual. After talking to the inn owner, I get a bedsheet and cover it with slime, so I may transcend the physical realm and get these ghosts to sign my petition. After tricking these two guys into thinking they are 10 different people, I gain 10 signatures I need and take it to... how to say his name? Necrovarus? I take them to Necrovarus. He isn't happy about this and drops a key. The key grants me access to his coffin and I loot the crap out of it. Nettie enchants the amulet by doing a little dance, and I'm off to help the ghosts of Port First Matters. Talking to Nekavaris, we force him to change his rules. Speaking to Valora, we complete the quest and gain 33 prayer. Now to actually do the task we're here to do, we head to Elm and wear the bedsheet. We speak to So Strutters. He isn't impressed, but I sure am. Look at it, it's amazing. Task complete. Obtain the Duelist cap and the Wildstalker helmet. The helmet can be obtained by talking to Mr. X north of Edgebill Bank, giving us the Protox vibe. The cap can be attained by talking to Estracada in northeast of El Kharid. Kills and duels from these items aren't tracked until they are claimed. Construct a rope rack at Baxtorian Falls house. Building the rope rack requires a construction level of 24, 3 oak planks and 5 ropes. Training woodcutting to 10 is allowed in order to obtain the oak planks. I cut the remaining logs I had in the bank to planks and get 18 con. Then I get the 3 oak logs I will need to turn into planks later for the rack, and bought 5 ropes needed from Shanty. Then it was off to Menaphos for another cat, Lucifer. He likes Tuesdays and won't be found any other day. After bending way too many nails, we get 19 con, moving our way up. I saw up some more logs I grabbed in Lummy, get 24 con. Grab the items I need and head right to Baxtorian's Falls. I construct the rope rack to finish the task. Take some rope from it in case I need them for later. Task complete. Deliver 5 crates of supplies from Commander Denolith to the ambush commander upon completion of Death Plateau quest. Denolith can be found slightly northeast of Berthold Lodestone. The commander is stationed at the top of Death Plateau.
If you go and
Speak to Commander Denolith to start the quest. Speak to Sabbat so we can find another way up Death Plateau. Frida tells us that she can give us a survey she and her husband Sabbat did, but in exchange for fixing up her spiked climbing. Dunstan repairs them for us. We return them to get the survey and mine our way through some rock to make our way through the mountain. Sabbat tells us we humans are terrible at mining, and I would have to agree with my mere level 30 in skill. We make our way to the advantage point. We kill a troll named Matt. We watch a pretty cool cutscene of some Berthold guards killing some trolls, and I do wish Jagex would do more cutscenes like this. Quest complete. Time to get the supplies to the men. I skip the recording and just get us to our task complete. I put the lamps into Slayer, summoning Hunter and Herblore for some easy XP, and hopefully jump-starting the training we need to do for them later on. So far, keeping track, we have spent 1 day and 18 hours in this game mode, and I'm enjoying it quite a lot. Next up is another super secret task, so I will be skipping it, but I did complete it, and it was number 10 if you'd like to look it up. Obtain a unique from the Gnome restaurant delivery service. The Gnome food tutorial requires a cooking level of 29. Uniques are only obtained from hard deliveries. If you cannot do a delivery due to the location or level requirements, you can pre-make gnome food in the meantime. Fishing contest may be completed if you receive Captain Ninto's delivery. Speak to Aloof to get hired in his restaurant. He then gives me some books to learn his recipes. I'm given some ingredients to create some toad crunchies, and I struggle for quite some time trying to work this all out. Once I give him the crunchies to try, he's pleased and tasks me with creating chocolate chip crunchies. And I'll just save you guys all the stress of me trying to work this one out. We'll just move on. Alright, so I got to 29, and I did crayfish was... It's super easy to catch. But I know I can only have 20 at a time. So, it's gonna do this. 20 cooked at a time. Destroy those. 20 back in. Nice. I try to jump right to the deliveries, but forget I need to do the cocktail training too, so I'm off to get my RSA. I go through the cocktail tutorial, and I'll also skip through this one. So let's get on to the main event. There are only a few gnomes that I can go with my account being at such a low level / quest unlocks. So I did have to stand and wait out the 5-minute timer a few times before I could even get a delivery I could do. While I waited, I did stock up on the food and drinks I could make, and gained 30 cooking in the process. Norm Adium Avla Firm was our first successful order, and we got a diamond. Not bad, but nothing to write home about. Since I was down here, I grabbed the Ooglog lodestone in case we needed to come back. Well, it's good to just grab anyways, but hey, you know. Next off to Keldegrim, and with our little cheat to get in, we are able to see Professor Manglethorpe, and he gives us 3 toad flax. Thanks, mate. With our third order, it's back to Normadium Avla Firm. See, I told you we would need to get that lodestone. And what a doozy Normadium Avla Firm delivers. We not only get the sous chef gloves, we also get a giant seed pod, gaining 2 uniques. We also gain a cooking level. What a legend. Loot the chest in Klenter's Pyramid. Klenter's Pyramid is found south of Pyramid Plunder in Sophanum. Access to the pyramid requires partial completion of Icularian's Little Helper quest. So off we go, but before we start this quest, I need a willow log. So I cut a few oaks for 20 wood cutting, and cut the willow near the bridge in Lumbridge. Then it's off to the Ark for more passives. Found a fluffy Jubilet who appears on uncharted islands most days of the week. Next up, found a Gorndung Peligon on Goshima. Takihuit in Menopause, who is a midweek enjoyer. And lucky last for this episode, we found a Zalia Oakheart, whose bottle was located on the northern shore of the first island, in the islands that once were turtles. Then it was the trek from El Kharid to Sophanum on foot due to the lack of funds to take the carpet ride. God, I love the visual upgrades Jagex has done to crocodiles. They look really cool. Spoke to the Wanderer to start Icularian's Little Helper. Had some trouble with the maze. Well, if I even call it a maze. Either way. I was hoping it was like OSRS and I could just click on the map to let my character run through it, but nope. That doesn't work in this game. Make it to the end and solve the door puzzle. Speak to the High Priest, who says I went on a pretty wicked bender last night. Now I need to fix my mistakes. I kill the apparition of Krondus and take his jar. I speak to the locals and head back in the pyramid with the help of my cute kitty. Killed the possessed priest and got a super magic potion 4. Speak to the High Priest to finish the quest. Gain 3 agility and thieving levels and 5 woodcutting levels. Then it was back into the pyramid, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I never knew there was a chest this way before. I've done this quest at least 7 times over the time of playing RS, and this is the first time I've seen it. We will jump right into that next time. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you would like to see more. I'd love to hear any feedback you might have down in the comments. See ya!